All right, welcome everybody. Happy Sunday night. We've got a pair of breaks tonight. It's going to be a half case of Leaf autograph football helmets. That is going to be the start of a new case. And then we're going to do a half of Prizm basketball, and that happens to be finishing up the back of a case we've already started. Yeah. So before we get actually ripping, there's a little bit of information to go over. So let's go ahead and hit that. Feedback, mine is automated. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return. And of course, far more importantly, there is a big thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding and breaking with me. And many of you chat with me, keep me company as well. So welcome, everybody. This is what it looks like in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, we're going to break Elite Extra Edition Baseball. That's the back half of the case that we started this past week. In addition to our normal team bidding spots, there are two additional bidding categories. There's one for Team USA cards. There's one for unsigned international players. Full details can be found in the listing description. Tuesday night, we're going to start at 8:30 Eastern. Well, mainly because I messed something up and I didn't change the time, and well, it's a long story, but Absolute was originally intended to be tonight at 8:30, and well, you see what happened. So it's on Tuesday, and we'll go at 8:30 with a case of Obsidian football and then the case of Absolute basketball. Wednesday night, the 11th, will be an off night. There are no new releases for a change on Wednesday night. Thursday night, we're going to open a half case of Bowman Draft Jumbo Baseball. That will be the start of a new case. On Friday night, it's a little Don Russ basketball, and we're just going to break 4 boxes there. It's some loose boxes from a shared case, and that is what our break is going to be. So it's technically like a third of a case, I guess, but that's what Friday night's going to be. It will also start at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, because it's a new release night. So for tonight, here is what you need to know about shipping. If you hit one of the football jerseys in here tonight, you can expect that it will be out the door and on the way to you no later than Monday the 16th, which is a week from tomorrow. And often it goes sooner. A lot of times it goes much sooner, but it will not be any later than that. And if you get skunked in that football jersey break and your team is not one of the jerseys pulled, your consolation card or cards will typically be held and shipped out with your next package unless you send me a message on eBay and let me know that you want it sent sooner by itself. Plain white envelope and a stamp kind of deal. And if you send me that message, I will, of course, happily take care of that for you. Paid shipping break tonight. That's our half case of Prizm basketball. Anticipating it will be on the way to you approximately Thursday of this upcoming week. Nobody's going to get skunked in there. Tons of cards in Prizm. And, of course, with all the cards shipping in this break, that means every team will get a package. I'm going to bring you back to my view for a minute, and let's see where we are. There were several unpaid jerseys positions. Let me see how many we have right now. It looks like it is just the one, and that's the Falcons. If anybody wants to pick them up, that's fine. If you don't, we'll roll on anyway. They just sold for $13 and some change. So if you want to pick up the Falcons in this break, you can. If you don't, you know what, we're going to cruise onward. Let me just update the spreadsheet real quickly to reflect that it's unpaid, and then we'll hit that and be on our merry way tonight. At least I think we will be if I can get this accomplished on here. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, man. I keep clicking the wrong thing. Like, what is wrong with me? I look at what I want to click, and then I click the wrong thing. All right, so this is a 5-box half case break of Leaf autograph football jerseys. As I mentioned, this is the start of a new case. So momentarily, I'm going to be taking them all out of the box and then numbering them on the end. We'll use random.org to determine which we open tonight and which will be in the next break. Everything we open here tonight ended tonight on eBay Sunday night, the 8th of December. You will see your team names on the left-hand side, winning bidders across from each team on the opposite side. New spreadsheet, of course, will go up when we do Prizm, which is immediately following this jersey break. And let's see here. I've got to change up the focus a little tiny bit. So if you want to bear with me for a second. Yeah, you're going to notice your background. It does get out of focus here, but that is intentional. It actually, believe it or not, will allow us to see our cards up closer, and technically our jerseys too, but really we do it mainly for the cards. So let's start out here with me getting all this stuff out of this case. Well, if I can cut through the tape, that is. So once again, since this is a new case, that's why you're going to see me take every jersey out. Then I'm just going to number it on the end, and random.org will determine which 5 are tonight and which 5 will be in the next break. We may start doing some of these by the full case, honestly. I still have a few cases of this left. I'd like to move through it all by the end of the month, so we may start some full case breaks of this. I don't know. We'll have to see. But maybe. Anything is possible, right? We got mini helmets and full-size helmets and jerseys and all kinds of memorabilia that I mostly hope to have broken by the end of the year. Because we'll get all new stuff next year. You know how that goes. So we got to head over here to random.org and get, oops, that's not the right button, that is, and get this all squared away. So random, here's how it works. When I have fewer than 10 items, I do random 3 different times, and it is only the third one that counts. When I have 10 or more, like we do tonight, I do random 1 single time, which is how we'll be doing it tonight, 1 time. Oh, man. I was not apparently in the little box. Why is that not? What is going on there? Is my numbers lock not on or something? I guess it is not. Daggone it. I was all happily typing away, and I look up and I'm like, wait a minute. Where's all my stuff? All right. We are going to be opening 1, 4, 8, 2, and 7. So 1, 2, 4, 8, and 7. Let me get those. There's 1 and 2. That's easy. There's 4. What did I say the others are? 7 and 8? Is that right? Wait a minute. 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 7, and 8. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 4. There's our 7 and 8. So let's get these out of the way. Give me 1 second to get the other half stacked out of harm's way. I'll be right back. And then we've got these 5 to work with tonight. All right, Jay Allen is here. Hi, Jay Allen. You've got Nets, Clippers, 76ers, Kings, and Raptors, and Prizm, and you're driving. Ooh, all right. Yeah, don't text and drive, man. You know that's not safe. Where'd I leave my knife? There we go. Hi, Nicholas. You're here, too. You said you have a whopping $8 in your PayPal. Well, I hear you, man. I'm not going to take your last $8, though. I tell you what, we'll just let this one ride, and if the Falcons owner ends up paying for it later, they do, and if they don't, they don't, you know? And we're just going to truck on down the road tonight, I think, but I do appreciate the offer. Staying lovers here looking for Jets, Jags, and Chargers. Well, actually, Nicholas, I mean, if you want them, you can have them. I don't care. I don't mean to tell you that, like, you can't have them, but, like, also, I'm not going to stress out over it either. So, I mean, it's just it's a $13 bid spot. I'm not going to lose my mind over it either way. So, we are starting out with Dwayne Haskins. There is your signature, your Beckett authentication, your paper Beckett. There's his name on the jersey. This is the Redskins, of course. Dwayne Haskins is our first out. And moving on to box number 2. Dan Fouts. There you go. Don't pull a whole lot of him, do we? So Mr. Dan Fouts has a Beckett paper authentication on that side. And there is your signature and your Beckett, sticker down there. So what was our first one out again? Isn't that awful? Dwayne Haskins was the first one out. Okay, so Dwayne Haskins was the first one out. And then we have Fouts out for the second one. So we're Redskins and Chargers at the moment. So Chargers is Sue Stanglover needed, right? Wasn't that one of yours? Yeah, it was. Oh, man. Here's this Jamie Foxx again. I swear to you. All right. So Jamie Foxx, of course, the actor, has signed this. So that's not a team associated with that. We're going to use random.org to give it out. Beckett authentication sticker, Beckett authentication paperwork. Our dear friend Random will find that one a home in a moment. So we are Redskins, Chargers, and an actor. I keep repeating what we've hit to help me, A, to help me remember when somebody asks me like 45 minutes from now, and B, because people jump in and out all the time. Raiders, Jim Otto. That is a Leaf COA, like a little credit card type thing there. And your Jim Otto signature is up here at the top. And then we've got a Hall of Fame inscription down at the bottom, along with a Leaf hologram authentication. So Redskin, Charger, Raider, and one for Random. But Stanglover, I don't know why you sound so surprised. You hit like 3 out of 5 jerseys the other day. You've been on a good run with jerseys. So I'm not the least bit shocked that you hit one tonight. You've been feeling the love with the jerseys. Larry Little. That is JSA authenticated. There was our paper. There was our Larry Little signature. It's kind of hard to see because for whatever reason the camera doesn't like that color combination. But it's on there. Hall of Fame inscription and your JSA sticker at the bottom. Larry Little, of course, is the Miami Dolphins. So now we got to give this one away. This is the actor Jamie Foxx. And we're going to simply use random.org to give it away. Pretty easy the way it's going to roll here. I'm just going to copy all these team names. And of course, again, we've got 10 or more items in our list, same as we did a moment ago. So when we head over here to random, we will paste it in, do random one time since there's 10 or more. Whatever team comes out in the number 1 position after we randomize is going to get this jersey. Scrolling through so you can see that all of our teams have been properly pasted in there. Good luck, everybody. Here we roll. Comes up to the Lions. All right. So the Lions are getting this Jamie Foxx jersey. The actor Jamie Foxx. I'm just going to note Lions there on that little sticker so that I can remember where it goes when it's time to ship it. I'll have to go back and watch all this again. So there you go. We're recapping starting with that. Went to the Lions using random.org. Beckett authenticated, both paper and sticker present. Larry Little for the Dolphins. It is JSA authenticated. Both paper and sticker are present. Jim Otto for the Raiders, and we've got hologram sticker down there and your credit card COA up there, so all accounted for. Dan Fouts is the Chargers, Beckett authenticated, and your Beckett paper in there as well. And last but certainly not least, you've got Dwayne Haskins for the Redskins, and Beckett authenticated and a Beckett paper to go with it. And looks like he kind of tailed off with his Sharpie down there. Got a little extra mark on your one from Mr. Dwayne Haskins' Sharpie, it would seem. All right, so let me get these put aside, and then we're going to roll into Prizm basketball. All right, I got to get Prizm up on the table here. All right. If you jumped in after we went over this moment ago, here's the deal. Your jerseys, if you hit one, will ship out to you no later than Monday the 16th, which is a week from today, or tomorrow, week from tomorrow. Probably sooner, but definitely not later. If you got skunked in the jersey break, your consolation card or cards typically held to ship with your next package. If you want it sent sooner by itself, send me a message on eBay and let me know, and I'll take care of it for you. Paid shipping break tonight is Prizm basketball, and that should be on the way to you approximately Thursday. If I can get it out to you sooner than that, I will, and we don't have to worry about consolation cards in Prizm. There's a lot of cards in here. So this is going to be a 6-box half case of Prizm. This is break number 2. This just came out on Wednesday. Of course, this also ended tonight on eBay. Sunday night, the 8th of December, same night we're breaking it. Team names on the left-hand side. Winning bidders across from each team on the opposite side. And cannot remember what all we got out of the first half, other than we didn't get Zion. That much I remember. The rest of it, I don't remember what all we got out of there. So we're going to have to, hopefully, well, we don't have to, but I hope that we find some fire in here tonight. You never know what's going to happen, but that is my hope anyway. Stang Lover says, I gave him grief the other night because he didn't sound excited enough. So Holy Toledo was his attempt at being excited. So, so I wouldn't chastise him. I didn't chastise you, Stang Lover. I just said I'm not surprised you're not more excited when you hit 3 out of the 5. That's all. Because, like, you know, usually you get, like, really excited if you hit a lot of stuff. It was more of a comment. Not a chastising kind of thing. Nicholas, you said that was your mojo for the Falcons. Yeah, I know, right? So that worked out okay for you then, didn't it? I saved you some money on that. I saved you your $8, didn't I? Terry, yes, we did do the random on the Jamie Foxx jersey, and it went to the Lions. All right, kids, so here in Prizm, we are looking for a pair of autographs per box and a ridiculous number of prisms, like 20 some odd, 28 maybe, 26, 28, anyway, 22, I don't know, 20 something. But the prisms are not all silver prisms, of course. There's lots of parallels and things that are also prisms. And I'm going to kind of probably call them 2 different things. I am used to calling a prism a refractor because that's what Topps calls them, and technically that's kind of what they are. And especially in Prizm, it seems weird to call it a prism, right? So just understand that regardless of which thing I say, whether I say we pulled a prism or whether I say we've pulled a refractor, it means the exact same thing. It means that it gives you that pretty little rainbow of colors when the light hits it. So that's how that goes. Oh, Terry, you missed the random? Yeah, we did it right after we finished up the jerseys. I did the random, like, immediately behind that. And then recapped all that stuff and got it out of here. And then we're embarking upon Prizm right now. Oh, I guess it tells me there are 22 prisms. I didn't even see that. I was trying to guess. There's 20-something. So again, through the first box, we'll spend a little more time talking about our parallels, and subsequent boxes will go a bit faster. So Ricky Rubio, this is first out for the Suns. It is numbered to 199. That's a good one to start with because you can see that he is in a different uniform, right? He's in the uniform for the Jazz. I'm also going to tweak this focus a little tiny bit. But even though he is in the uniform of the Jazz, you can see, of course, that it says the Suns down there, and it says the Suns on the back, and it has this tiny little message saying the date he was signed by the Suns. So it's always going to go to the team as noted on the card, which is not always the same as the uniform the player is wearing. And then we have this parallel, which I think we decided is called Pulsar. Those are not numbered at all. So we're going to see lots of them, but they're not numbered. I'm going to slightly adjust that. I feel like we're cutting off the bottom of these cards. So we won't, we'll flip them through this first box just so I can demonstrate to you that the pulsars are not numbered. But then in subsequent boxes, we won't flip those. Ditto with these. These are, of course, red wave prisms. They're also unnumbered. So we'll flip them for the first box, not in subsequent boxes. Most of this stuff I will sleeve later unless it's a hit or a low numbered variation or a silver prism. I'll do it as we go. The other stuff, the higher numbered stuff, we'll deal with later just so we can kind of keep the flow going here. So there is an example of a silver prism, and we got a rookie right off the bat, which is always nice. Daniel Gafford and the Chicago Bulls with a good little silver prism for your rookie. Al Horford and the 76ers, red wave, unnumbered. There's an example of an insert called widescreen. Those are largely going to be unnumbered. We may occasionally find some that are prisms and or numbered. If we do, I'm going to point it out to you. Our second silver prism, Russell Westbrook as a rocket. That's kind of hard to get used to. A pulsar coming out from Mitchell Robinson and the Knicks. Fireworks inserts, plenty of those. Most of them, when they're just base and there's no variation on them, we'll keep on moving. If we do hit one that has a variation or is numbered or something like that, we'll call it out, but otherwise keep on trucking. Silver Prism D Rose for the Pistons. Another example of a guy that's in a different uniform than the team on the card. There's another red wave, Steph Curry, Warriors. And here's a red. This is our first red parallel that isn't a wave. It's Andre Roberson for the Thunder. It is numbered to 299. And pretty much anytime you see that red that isn't the wave pattern, it will be numbered to 299. So the blue are to 199, the red are to 299, and of course the red wave, nothing. And Mike Conley for the Jazz, yet another example of a guy in one uniform but going to a different team, as is this with D Rose. Fearless insert headed, of course, to the new team, the Pistons. A silver prism coming up here for the Spurs with Lonnie Walker. Haven't seen any of our autographs yet, but I do see one on the horizon. Oh, Nicholas, I got you. You hit the Jamie Foxx. I got you. You got good mojo hitting the Jamie Foxx for offering to buy the Falcons, even though we ultimately didn't end up moving the Falcons. I got you. I was confused. See, I was thinking you weren't in the break and that you were saying that you would pick up that team because you weren't in the break. And I don't know why I thought that. I just imagined that in my head. I just created that entire scenario in my head. Aye, well, congratulations then, Nicholas. Good. All right, so you had the Lions, and that's yours. Jay Allen made it home safely, reminding me he needs Nets, Clippers, Sixers, Kings, and Raptors. Tristan Thompson, Cavaliers. That is purple ice. It is numbered to 149. We'll find a lot of those too. I sleeved that one right now out of habit, but generally that'll be another one that we'll wait and sleeve probably after the break. Pulsar, TJ Warren, Pacers, unnumbered. And our first autograph of the night goes to Miami with Okpala, KZ Okpala. So Miami Heat drawing first blood, if you will. We've got a silver prism here for Dwight Powell and the Mavericks. Lauri Markkanen is our second autograph for the Bulls. Had a lot of Lauri Markkanen when he was a rookie, and then you don't see him as much in subsequent years, so that's kind of nice. This is a gold parallel. Could be orange. I'm going with gold. It is, oh, you know I can't say his name. Well, it's for the Pistons. It's your rookie, Surios. Well, yeah, that's wrong. But anyway, it's numbered to 49. That's the important part. It is numbered to 49, and it goes to the Pistons. Pulsar Garnett, T-Wolves, unnumbered. Oh, you had somebody texting for you while you were driving. All right, good. I'm glad to hear that. I didn't really think you'd be texting and driving, but just since you said you were driving, you know. I was just making sure, man. We don't want you ending up in a ditch. That's all I'm saying. A silver prism for the Bulls with, or the Hawks with Alex Lynn. Red Wave, CJ McCollum, Trailblazers, Luck of the Lottery. That's just an example of a base Luck of the Lottery. We may find some of those that are prisms or parallels or numbered or whatever. That one was just an example of the base. The blue, every time we see those, as a reminder, they are numbered to 199, as was that one. An unnumbered Terry Rozier for the Hornets. And here comes a widescreen that is a parallel. This is the prism parallel of a widescreen insert. It's still not numbered, but obviously different than our standard non-prism. All right, so there goes box number 1. It gives you a pretty good idea of what we're going to be finding. We'll go a bit faster here and then not flip a lot of that. Well, we won't flip the unnumbered stuff anyway. Of course, Donruss basketball is coming out Friday. I'm getting virtually none of that, hardly any. So that's why we're going to break the loose boxes. You know, I don't always break the loose boxes of stuff if it's not in a half-case quantity. Sometimes I do, a lot of times I don't. But this time we are going to, because I do have some loose boxes coming from one of the distributors. And it's got a lot of cards in it anyway, so it works out all right. I think, if I remember correctly, it's 300 cards per box. So even doing a third of the case, you know, we're going to have 1,200 cards. And then that way I will also do it with all the cards shipping. Because normally when we do Donruss basketball, I strip out the veteran base and stuff like that. And we do it in higher quantities. But this time we'll ship it all since we're doing lower quantity. Memphis Grizzlies, that is numbered to 299, as all of our red will be that are not wave. Red Wave, of course, not numbered. T-Wolves. A little Anthony Davis far out insert series, and that is a prism for the Lakers. Followed by, man, why do I have to pull everybody whose name I can't say tonight? Kurek. I don't think that's actually how you say it. But at any rate, it's numbered to 5 for the Nets. So there you go. There's a nice low-numbered one for your Nets, Jay Allen. You get the guy whose name I can't pronounce to 5. There's Pulsar for the Wizards. And the little stack's getting kind of high. Can't get them too high with Prism because they like to slide around on you. To 299, the Grizzlies with Villacunas. Unnumbered Gafford for the Bulls. A Fearless Refractor Pulsar. Kevin Garnett, T-Wolves. It's not numbered, but nonetheless a little bit of a variation, so... Comes a silver prism for Buddy Hield and the Kings. Got one of our autographs coming up next. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers and your rookie Dylan Wendler. Still have another autograph left to find in this box, of course. 1 of 2. A silver prism for Trae Young and the Hawks. And then I've got somebody trying to slide off the pile. I slid off again. What is the deal there? So the Trae Young silver prism. And our runaway card here is Naz Reid for the T-Wolves, who also happens to be our second autograph out of this box. Sometimes these cards that have this chrome type finish, they like to slide around a little bit for unknown reasons. I think I don't know, it's not exactly static, but they get something going on with them sometimes. Eric Bledsoe, Milwaukee Bucks, silver prism. And a Pulsar for Alex Lynn and the Hawks. A little bit of base. And some more packs to open. But our autographs are already gone out. Always feels a little anticlimactic when the autographs are already out, doesn't it? Though there's still plenty of good stuff we can find, of course, but... Hey, if anybody's watching the Seahawks game and you feel inclined to share the score from time to time, I wouldn't argue with you. I didn't get to watch my Steelers play today. It didn't air in my market, but I saw that we did win, so that was good. To 199, Terrence Mann and the Clippers. A Pulsar for the Mavericks. And the Patriots lost. Raiders lost. Saints lost. Cleveland Cavaliers, Kevin Porter Jr., silver prism. A Red Wave, Mike Scott. Yeah, I always hate it when I can't watch my Steelers play, but sadly, I do not get too many games, especially in years where we're not, like, great. Michael Porter Jr., silver prism, Nuggets. And a Pulsar for the Heat. Although next Sunday they did flex the Steelers-Bills game got flexed into prime time. They announced that last week. Or maybe it was earlier this week. Anyway, within the last week. So that'll be nice. Little matchup I can watch on Sunday Night Football next Sunday. Drew Holiday for the Pelicans. I can't remember who was originally supposed to be in that spot. Chargers, was it? Or I don't know. Somebody who, anyway, hadn't been playing as well. The Magic have a Pulsar. So they flexed us in there. I was happy. And this is blue ice. We had purple ice a while ago. This is blue ice. It's numbered to 99. And there's a card for the Thunder with a red wave. Mojo are generally to 25 in here. I expect this one will be as well. DJ Augustin. And DJ is numbered to 25. And that, of course, headed to the Magic. And there's a red wave for the Knicks, who fired another coach. Fired Tisdale. Like, I don't know. Well, the Knicks is one of those teams that I think always should be better than they are. They have the talent to be better, but yet the guy who owns them seems just kind of like a maniac. He just burns bridges all over the place. He's always, you remember when he went after Charles Oakley, who, of course, is a Hall of Fame Knicks player, and, like, banned him from Madison Square Garden and all kinds of other crazy stuff. I don't know. The guy who owns it's kind of weird, I think. But, and I gotta tell you, he really needs to give these coaches more to work with, too. You can't just fire the guy when he really hadn't had the players or the freedom to do what he needs to do. I think the guy that owns the Knicks, is Dolan his name? Is that who he is? I think it is. I think he is a lot like the people that own the Browns. Like, they just, as owners, get too involved in the operational personnel, day-to-day decisions, and maybe they're not as qualified as they think they are to do that sort of thing. That's my take on it. Of course, nobody's going to be more that way than the couple who own the Browns. They're just, yeah. But I do believe this guy that owns the Knicks is probably a close second. A silver prism for the Cleveland Cavaliers with Larry Nance Jr. There's a red wave Deladova for the Cavaliers. And a purple ice. And once again, those are numbered to 149. This one for the Nets is Joe Harris. And there's the Pistons with an unnumbered pulsar. A red wave Rajon Rondo for the Lakers. It's red to 299 Wiggins for the T-Wolves. Pulsar for the Wizards with Admiral Schofield, your rookie. One of your rookies. Rui Hachimura, probably the one you're more interested in of the two. It's 14-3 Rams, also awesome. Brandon, that is my eBay username. You got it. It is a weird one, but that is me. Hadn't looked over there at chat for a minute, sorry. Nasir Little is a silver prism for the Blazers. Yeah, I don't know if they're, crazy or not. Maybe crazy is not the right word to use. They're not crazy, but they're just, I don't know. Well, I do kind of think firing so many coaches for the Knicks was a little, but still, crazy is not the right word to use. A little aggressive, perhaps. Alonzo Mourning and the Hornets with a red wave. And this is actually what I meant to put in the sleeve, and I put the red wave in there, but that's all right. It's a Fearless Prism insert for the Rockets with Steve Francis. It's like the Browns going through quarterbacks. The Knicks go through coaches and front office personnel, GMs and whatnot. So, but you're right. I shouldn't use that word. To 299 Jokic for the Nuggets. And then a pulsar for D-Rose and the Pistons. And we got some more. We have some more packs to open. We have some more stuff to find. And thank you, Jay Allen, for also answering Brandon's question. You saw it, obviously, before I did and answered it and got it all squared away. I just now looked over and saw that you answered it. So thank you. And Brandon, all this stuff is actually listed on eBay. As it stands right now, I don't do anything outside of eBay. I've said for, 3 years now, I'm going to get a website going, and I haven't yet. Every once in a while, we'll do a direct break, but if we do that, I always talk about it and sell it through chat during our live streams. So, but I haven't even done that in a while, so we've mostly just been eBaying it lately. A silver prism for Bam Adebayo in the Heat. He's been playing well. Raptors have a, I just realized I didn't stack that in the wrong place. A red wave. I try to keep our silver prisms stacked out separately so we can recap them. To 199, there's Rudy Gobert and the Jazz. A pulsar for the Thunder. A Fearless Kevin Garnett pulsar prism insert. I don't remember seeing so many of those in the first half of the case that were, of those inserts that were also prisms. Do you guys? Did I just forget that? I don't know. a silver for the Celtics. Enes Kanter is our silver prism. And we've got an autograph for the Bulls. It's Kobe White. And that is that our first autograph out of this box? Maybe. Maybe it is. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute, won't we? To 199, there's Blue Ty Jerome, Phoenix Suns, the Wizards, Red Wave, unnumbered. And a silver prism is upon us. It is headed to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Dennis Schroeder. Looks like our bottom left corner might be kind of funky, doesn't it? Looks like the way the light is hitting it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is just a reflection. I don't know. It looked kind of weird to me, though. A Pulsar, Andrew Wiggins and the T-Wolves. I see another silver in the background. And this one, Isaiah Thomas for the Pistons. Original Isaiah Thomas. Not current, short, often injured Isaiah Thomas. Jalen Noel for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Our second autograph out of box number 3, which brings us to exactly our halfway point. 3 are opened and 3 are left. Awesome. Well, Brandon, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Brandon says he's going to get some bidding in there, jump in there with us. So, welcome to the family, Brandon. I know, Jay Allen, I know I need a website, but I told you every time I try to get someone to build it, something happens. And the last time I was just sure I was going to get it done, because my friend was going to project manage it, and she knew some people. She's very good about getting stuff done, and she knew some people who are website designers and etc. But then she got a couple of jobs and got really busy, and she didn't get it done either. And then her people that were going to do it got busy, and they couldn't get it done. And then I just gave up after that. And now she's working all the time because she's on a series now, so she doesn't have any breaks where she can project manage my stuff. You know, which why should she anyway, right? She makes $1 zillion doing what she does, and she was going to do that for me for free, so better that she go off and make $1 zillion, right? That's the way I look at it anyway. Wesley Matthews in the Milwaukee Bucks, silver prism. And there's a little Pacers action. Pulsar. That's numbered to 299 Pistons. That is unnumbered for the Nets. Red Wave. A silver prism coming up here for the Bucks, and that is Ilyasova. Raptors. You've got an autograph. It's numbered. It's numbered to 25 with Dewan Hernandez and the Toronto Raptors. Hey, hey. Mojo pattern, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Like getting a little Mojo ink. Oh, thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it. I try, hard to keep my feedback on the straight and narrow. Every once in a while you get somebody who gets, angry and you can't do much about it. And sometimes people leave you crazy feedback, like the guy who left me negative because he didn't like the sound of my voice. So occasionally you get some of those you can't do anything about. Nicholas Batum, silver prism for the Hornets. But I do try to keep it all happy. Keep everybody happy. Courtney Lee and the Mavericks. That was a Pulsar unnumbered. I think has that guy's feedback rolled off? It might have. The I don't like your voice guy. His feedback may have finally rolled off. There's a Red Wave Admiral Schofield for the Wizards. Yeah, that was a good one. And there was the time that somebody bought a movie. This has been a while ago, but somebody bought a movie from me and they left me a negative feedback because they said they didn't enjoy the movie. Like when they watched it, they thought the movie was bad. It was numbered to 199 for the Pistons. So I, as the seller, was the recipient of their negative feedback as a result. The Timberwolves Red Wave. Some of that kind of stuff you just gotta laugh at, because what are you gonna do, man? Like, I can't help if you don't like the movie you bought. Jay Allen, she, she was just making a brief appearance in Dynasty. This was the introduction to her character. So she was only in like the last couple minutes, but it was good. It was good. When they then they go to fall break. So she was like the big cliffhanger, surprise ending, whatever you want to call it, for Dynasty before they did the winter break. And now when they come back, she'll be on there all the time. So, at least until she gets tired of it, I guess. So, for now, she'll be on there the rest of the season anyway. And then we'll see. She doesn't usually do a lot of episodic television. She usually does more film work, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Mikal Bridges and the Phoenix Suns Silver Prism. But she likes all the people, and it's been going well and everything. So George McGinnis and the Pacers. So probably she'll keep doing it, I imagine. And I think they're paying her really well. So there's that. Not that she would do it just for the money, because she's not that way, but I would. If somebody paid me a lot, I'd be like, yeah, I'll do that. I don't care if it's good or not. But she's not like that. Cam Reddish, that was a nice silver prism for the Atlanta Hawks. There's a red wave for the Lakers. Although Cam Reddish really isn't kind of quite playing as well as I thought he was going to. CJ McCollum, Trailblazers. It's not that he's bad, but he's not maybe as good as I thought he was going to be. Whereas Tyler Hero, who I was worried would have a little more trouble making the adjustment, is really not having any trouble making the adjustment. He's playing quite well. Ben Simmons, 299, Sixers. There's a red wave Kristaps Porzingis, Mavericks. Silver prism for the Atlanta Hawks. Once again, that's another one where you ignore the uniform because it's an old picture, but it goes to the Hawks. Ray Allen in the Heat. That was an unnumbered Pulsar parallel to 199. You got a little Marc Gasol and the Raptors. And this bad boy here is unnumbered for the Bucks. That's another Pulsar. Here is a Fearless Magic Johnson prism. It's not a Pulsar, but prism insert anyway. And that box is in the books. Ah, Brandon, you got Obsidian and Absolute. All right, well, that's Tuesday night, I think. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see you back with us on Tuesday night then. Tomorrow night, I think, we're finishing up that case of Elite Extra Edition, I believe. Sometimes I have to think about what's coming up, and even though we talk about it, it's like, between what I list and what I sort and what I put on a spreadsheet every night and all that stuff, half the time I have to think about what's coming up. But yeah, Tuesday night will be a fun night because neither one of those breaks are terribly long, and I love, love, love Obsidian. So I'm looking forward to that one too. And I like Absolute as well, but not as well as I like Prism for basketball. Rajon Rondo, Lakers, Silver Prism. I like the glass cards in Absolute in particular. The Bucks, that was a Pulsar. Whoops, that is a Prizm. A far out insert with Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers. A silver Prizm for Denzel Valentine and the Chicago Bulls. Oh, this guy, I can't pronounce his name. I just keep hitting him. Kurik, I don't know. Anyway, you guys have phonetically written that for me about 100 times in chat. I can never remember how to say it. But anyway, it's headed to you, Jay Allen, because that's the Brooklyn Nets. But you all know my theory on the Nets, so it's proving true again tonight. Yeah, I actually don't break hockey myself, Brandon. I don't watch hockey, and I don't know any of the players in hockey, so I don't break it. I have had people ask me to break it, and I've considered it, but then it's just like, I don't want to. Because I don't know anybody, and I don't care about hockey except for the fighting. To 199, Clyde Drexler and the Trailblazers. There's a red wave Jokic for the Nuggets, unnumbered. So, I mean, I'm sure I could learn it and break it. I could probably even break it and not learn it. I'm sure there are plenty of people that do break it that don't know anything about it, but that's just not me. Because it wouldn't be fun for me to do it without watching it or knowing about it. So, I agree with you on that one. But I do like baseball. So, yeah, I do break a lot of baseball. The Raptors, numbered to 149, is Norman Powell with purple ice. And there's a red wave, Danny Green and the Lakers. A silver Prizm, Admiral Schofield, Wizards. Yeah, I got a pretty good offer on some of my sealed cases of Prizm basketball, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I probably am going to sell a chunk of it out as sealed cases because it's a pretty good offer. That is the Clippers, and it was a Pulsar Parallel unnumbered. Purple, Josh Richardson, 76ers, and this is, I think this is the first purple we pulled tonight, isn't it? It's numbered to 75. That's another one that I feel like we maybe had more of in the first half than we've had in the back half. Maybe I'm wrong. It feels like we did. And there you go with a red wave Raptors, unnumbered. And some more packs. Oh, Brandon, you like the Heat? Or you just, I should add, you might like the Heat personally, or you maybe, are you buying the flip? A lot of people that break with me buy them and then flip them. So I don't know if that's your personal team or if you're a buy and flip kind of guy. But of course, I like Tyler Hero on there. And Bam Adebayo. I graduated from UK, so that's my alma mater. And I love all my UK guys, which is why I'm not committed to any one team in the NBA. I watch, you know, my UK guys, whatever team they're on. I want them to do well, and I want their teams to do well. So unlike football, where I'm very definitely a Steelers fan, or baseball, where I'm very definitely a Reds fan, although I enjoy watching other teams as well, I don't have one of those in basketball. Augustin, Magic, Red Wave. I kind of just go wherever my guys go. There's a silver Prizm Grant Hill for the Pistons. And a red wave Tremont Waters for the Celtics. I'd like to see us come across a jaw out of here and a Zion, among other things, but I would definitely like to hit those. Cleveland Cavaliers Blue Ice to 99, Jordan Clarkson. That's the Nuggets. Pulsar. I didn't say Pulsar. You probably saw that it was, though. My mind wandered for a second because I was trying to remember if we already hit the autographs out of here. Ricky Rubio and the Suns, a silver prism. A Pulsar Steph Curry for the Warriors. A silver prism for Landry Shamet and the Clippers. We do have an autograph coming. I was thinking we were due one, but I wasn't 100% sure. Justin James, Sacramento Kings. Sensational Signatures card set. Number to 299, PJ Washington, Charlotte Hornets. Pulsar, Kings. Shaquille O'Neal. That is a far out prism Pulsar unnumbered Lakers. Yeah, I think we definitely did not have that many inserts that were refractors and or patterned in the first half of this. I'm just pretty certain we didn't. Which is kind of wild because, you know, we do use random to decide, you know, what gets open. So they're mixed up randomly out of the case. So you'd think they would have fallen a little more evenly then. My Steelers. Oh, I like that. That's your screen name. That should have been my screen name. Oh, I like that. Hi, My Steelers. Last box of this break, and this is break number 2 that ended on eBay tonight. This is our 6-box half-case break of Prizm basketball. We already broke the jerseys that ended tonight. They were the early part of the break tonight. Back part is Prizm. Yeah. Have we hit anything big? No, not really. I mean, nothing that I would say is going to bring a ton of money, no. I mean, we haven't hit Zion or Ja or any of that stuff at this point. Or Rue. Larry Nance Jr. Cavaliers Silver Prism. An autograph for R.J. Barrett and the Knicks. That's not bad. Wonder who the Knicks are going to bring in now for their coach. Like, why would anybody want to take that job at this point anyway? Just by the way, with all the stuff that goes on there. I don't think I would want to take that job. Jackson Hayes for NOLA. Number 75 for the Pelicans. There is the Spurs, LaMarcus Aldridge with the Pulsar insert. Zion base. Silver Prism Draymond Green and the Warriors. A Red Wave Marc Gasol for the Raptors, unnumbered. Silver Prism for Clint Capella and the Rockets. And what would have been our second hit is instead apparently going to be this points card. You all know how I feel about points cards. I don't like them. But nonetheless, we hit one, so it's going to sit up there in housekeeping. When we finish up, we'll use random.org, and one of you will be the lucky recipient of 150 points. Admiral Schofield, Silver Prism, Wizards. There's the Cavaliers, Pulsar, unnumbered. Red Wave, unnumbered, Paul Pierce, Celtics. 6 packs left to go. Sadly, I think no more autographs to find since we already saw R.J. Barrett and then we got stupid points. Oh, well, my Steelers, you did start watching at the right time because you've got the Knicks. Well, that's perfect. You like tuned in right. You conjured up your guy. You logged in and just conjured him right up. I know, Stang Lover. You know I hate when those points cards come in there too. I feel your pain. It just aggravates the life out of me that they do that. I just don't think it should work the way that it does. And if they're going to replace a hit, then I think that they should have either a higher amount on each points card, or what they offer should be offered for lower points or something. In other words, you ought to be able to get a decent autograph for it, or they just shouldn't put them in there. Paul George to 299, the Clippers. Of course, my rant goes farther than that, but we're going to try to keep it under control here tonight. Just so you don't have to listen to me again. There's Jalen Noel. I thought that was a silver prism, but it actually was not. It was the Pulsar, silver Pulsar unnumbered. I just glanced at it incorrectly the first time. There's a silver prism for the Celtics with Larry Bird. Flashback Friday, except it's Sunday. Red Wave PJ Tucker Rockets, unnumbered. But yeah, I've done over the years some epic rants about those points cards. I despise those things. The Lakers, Rajon Rondo. See, again, I'm seeing some of the stuff that just looks kind of funky down here on some of these edges and corners. I wonder if that's, I think that's maybe a little bit of the foil actually starting to come loose from the surface of the card. There's 2 or 3 of those we've seen like that. Anyway, Silver Prism Lakers. That's Red Wave Tristan Thomas for the Cavaliers. It's very minor, but there's definitely something going on there. Numbered to 299, this guy, whose name I cannot pronounce, Diembo. I always try it, and I always get it wrong. Anyway, there you go. Cavaliers, and that was an unnumbered Pulsar insert. I see a Mojo coming upon us. It will be numbered to 25. Who's on the other side? Ooh, it's Rue Hachimura for the Wizards, who are probably feeling kind of bummed. Now you feel happy. Happier, anyway. Right? Yes, I think yes. Brzezadskis for the Knicks. Red Wave, unnumbered. To 199, you have the blue parallel of Enes Kanter for the Celtics. And there's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for the Lakers. This was Pulsar, not numbered. A Fearless Prism insert for John Starks and the Knicks. And there you go. That is that. But we still have a few things to do. Don't wander too far away from me here quite yet, because we're going to recap some low-numbered stuff. We're going to recap our autographs, and we're going to give that little bad boy away, 150 Panini Rewards points. So let's do that first, right? That's the easy part. Well, it's all easy, but anyway. So copying all the team names here, obviously bringing you along with me. Copying those from the spreadsheet. We're going to bounce ourselves back over here to random where we were earlier. I will paste it in because we have more than because we have 10 or more items in our list. I'll get it out in a minute. We're just going to do random one single time. Whoever ends up in that number 1 bidding position after I hit randomize will take that home. Scrolling through here so you can take a look and see that all the teams are in there. Good luck, everybody. And it's headed to the Raptors. Toronto Raptors with 150 rewards points. By way of random.org. All right, so let's do a little recapping. Points. Replaced a hit. Went to the Raptors. Used random to do it just now. We're only recapping things numbered to 49 or lower, by the way. Numbered to 5 for the Nets. That guy. Cricks. I don't think that's how you say it. But anyway. And then this guy for the Pistons. Numbered to 49. Servitis. I don't think that's right. To 25, there's Mojo for DJ Augustin. To 25, there's some Mojo for Rui Hachimura and the Washington Wizards. Numbered to 75. Well, I guess we're going to do them to 75 then because I have these in here. Jackson Hayes and the Pelicans. And to 75, Josh Richardson and the 76ers. Everything else is numbered 99 or higher. That is numbered. That is. You know what I mean. R.J. Barrett and the Knicks. Justin James for the Sacramento Kings. Then you have the same guy for the Nets, Curricks. We're going to do the silver prisms too, by the way. George McGinnis and the Pacers. I probably should have done them before the autographs, but oh well. Dewan Hernandez, that's numbered to 25. It's the Mojo pattern for the Raptors. Next up, Jalen Noel for the T-Wolves. Kobe White for the Bulls. Naz Reid, T-Wolves. Dylan Windler for the Cavaliers. Lauri Markkanen for the Chicago Bulls. And we got it started with KZ Okpala and the Miami Heat. Now we're going to take a little buzz through our stack of straight silver prisms. So this is base silver prisms, not all of the other prism things, just the straight silver base. So you've got Lakers, followed by Celtics, the Wizards, the Rockets, Warriors, Cavaliers, Clippers, Suns, Pistons, Wizards. Isn't that wild? You got 2 of Admiral Schofield. They're usually kind of stingy with the silver prism rookies. The Bulls, 2 Rajon Rondos too for the Lakers, but he's a vet at least. Alan Crabb for the Hawks. Then you have Cam Reddish for the Hawks. Mikal Bridges and the Suns. Nicholas Batum, Hornets. Ilyasova, Bucks. Matthews, Bucks. Pistons, Isaiah Thomas, the original. Dennis Schroeder and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Enes Kanter, Celtics. Bam Adebayo for the Heat. Nasir Little, Trailblazers. Larry Nance Jr., Cleveland Cavaliers. Drew Holiday, New Orleans Pelicans. Michael Porter Jr., Denver Nuggets. Kevin Porter Jr., Cavaliers. Eric Bledsoe, Bucks. Trae Young, Hawks. Buddy Hield, Kings. Alex Lynn, Hawks. Dwight Powell for the Mavericks. Lonnie Walker for the Spurs. For the Pistons, that's Derrick Rose. Russell Westbrook for the Rockets. And last but not least, Daniel Gafford for the Chicago Bulls. All right. There we go, kids. So, Stang Lover, you said it's awesome when they offer 150 points for redemption when they're 2 years old and the item is worth less than when the product came out. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about the autographs being older. Yeah, I hear you. I know what you mean. Okay, let's do a quick little recap here for anybody who missed this earlier. Let's take a little tour here. Jerseys, if you hit one, it'll be on the way to you no later than Monday the 16th, a week from tomorrow. And maybe sooner, hopefully sooner, but shouldn't be any later than that. If you got skunked in the jersey break and you did not hit any sort of jersey, your consolation card or cards would typically be sent out to you when your next package ships, just because it is a free shipping break. But if you want it sent sooner, you just hit me up and let me know. Our paid shipping break tonight, which was Prizm, should be on the way to you approximately Thursday. No need for consolation cards here. Tons of cards in this break, and all the teams definitely hit cards of some sort in here. Coming up in the days ahead, tomorrow night, Elite Extra Edition Baseball. It's half case break, break number 2, back half of a case. In addition to the team bidding spots, please note there are 2 additional bidding spots, one for Team USA cards, one for unsigned international players. Full details about that can be found in the listing description. Then on Tuesday, Obsidian football and absolute basketball, both by the full case. Wednesday night's an off night. Thursday night, Bowman Draft Jumbo Baseball, half case break. And then on Friday is what? It is Donruss Basketball. That's our new release for that day. And we're going to open 4 boxes from that. So it's a, man, what did I just do to my chat? It's, shoot. What I just did. Sorry. I just did something weird. Anyway, it's a 4-box break, which is really a third of a case, and it is from a shared case. Loose boxes from a shared case. I messed up my feed, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it set back up, and it's acting really dumb, and I don't know what I did, but I hit something, and it's changed the way all my chat looks, and now I can't find it back. But anyway, you get the idea of what's going on there. So for me, I guess that is it tonight. I seem to have lost somehow my chat entirely. I don't really know what happened to it. I reached over to the screen and hit something by accident, and it took me to a whole other place. Maybe I can get it back now. Just trying to make sure nobody else asked me any questions. So, now it's back. Okay. Jay Allen says, if I count the points card, you got 4 hits. All right, well, that's not too bad, man. That's not too bad. Stang Lover, your feed is dragging. Uh-oh. I don't know. That maybe is that a YouTube thing? My Wi-Fi looks okay. I'm looking at my signal strength here for my Wi-Fi, and it looks good. So I don't know if that's a YouTube thing tonight or what's going on, but apologies. We know that's not usually that way, so I'll check it out a little further after we log off and see if there's anything that I need to investigate, a la Spectrum, my lovely cable company. All right, kids, that is it for me tonight. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of your night. If I don't see you again tomorrow night, hopefully I'll see you somewhere in the days ahead. And until next time, bye now.